Hi everyone, my name is Heather. I have been living with diabetes for almost 9 years now. I was diagnosed when I was 12. Right now I'm 21. I'm a fourth year student in Trent University. I'm in the teacher education stream. I was on MDI from the time I was 12 to about 15 years old. It worked pretty well for me. I found that after I was diagnosed, within the first 3 to 4 months, I was able to get my A1Cs down in range, but I decided that it might be time to make a change and try out some different technologies. This was a difficult choice to make just because there were so many different pump companies and technology to choose from. The Omnipod definitely kind of caught my eye just because I played basketball and volleyball and soccer, and having something that was tubeless was really freeing as well. And, I didn't really want to have to worry about putting something in my pockets, or for my basketball uniform, they don't really have pockets. So having to kind of worry about that, I just didn't really want the stress. So how I approached this decision with my family and my sisters as supporters was by going to different events and going to different appointments and making sure to ask about all the ones that I was interested in. When I was going to appointments, it was more so my team that was definitely encouraging me to get on a pump. So they would send me home with all of these boxes of different manuals for, how to use a pump. I think now they have apps actually where you can kind of test using it on your phone. And then I would, show my mom, and then we would go over what are the pros, what are the cons, how's it going to work. But yeah, going on to the pump, it was just a lot of research, printing out pages from the internet, going to different diabetes organizations, like looking on YouTube for testimonials, trying to see people my own age, which is what I think the DHF is so great for now, kind of having a demographic for mentors and mentorship teams to kind of look up to people same age who are using same technology. But for the process of actually getting it, I go through my parents' insurance. So we knew that if we picked a pump, we would have that for 5 years, or at least that's how it works with our insurance. So for the next 5 years, I had to think, is this the commitment that I want to make? And it was a really big decision. And I always knew as well, for getting off of it, that I could potentially go back on if I wanted to within the 5 years. So I went on that for about my entire year of grade 10, I believe, in high school. But unfortunately, I didn't find that I had as much control of my blood sugar as I did with MDI. I think that a lot of the lingo and pump terminology around basal and bolus and trying to manage those two, it really just threw me for a loop. And especially being in high school when your, hormones are all out of whack, I did find it was very difficult to kind of be consistent with it. And it kind of made getting through nights before going to school hard, and like full nights of sleep, that kind of stuff, especially when you're doing, sports and homework, and when I have work as well, it was just kind of throwing off my whole schedule. And I found that injections for me were just quicker. So there was a lot of pros to it where I, wouldn't have to carry my needles around with me anymore. I could just kind of have everything on me. It was definitely more convenient for sport, but I also found that in the end, just with management and my sugar levels, that it was best to go back to MDI. Looking back, I think it was really great that I did try it out and have that experience, knowing what a pump feels like. But yeah, going off it, my mom was cool with it. My hospital was great with it as well. So if, your child or if yourself, you're doing an amazing job with what works for you right now, I also wouldn't make it a huge priority to shift into something new, and not to be in a huge rush to immediately get on a pump. I think the technology they have is amazing, and it's definitely something that I'm still looking out for. It might be something that I'll revisit again in the future, but for now, MDI works for me. And yeah, that was my journey from going on it.